Introducing to you first the fighter in the red corner, wearing blue and white, weighing in at 12 stone, 10 pounds, 13 ounces. His record stands at 20 victories and 4 defeats, including 5 wins inside the scheduled distance. Hailing from Portsmouth, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome El Toro, Joe Mcintyre. Introducing his opponent in the blue corner, wearing black and red, weighing in at 12 stone, 11 pounds, 5 ounces. He enters the ring with a fine record of 20 wins and 1 defeat, including 14 KO victories. He's the former Commonwealth light heavyweight champion, hailing from Manchester. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Lyndon King Arthur.
Lyndon. Joel. Okay, boys, obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Keep your heads out, keep your punches up, and the two of you keep it clean. Touch gloves, come out boxing on the bell. Touch gloves. Let's go.
And so Lyndon Arthur continues that rebuild after losing his rematch against Anthony Yard. The win against Walter Sequeira very much shaking off the rust tonight. He's up against a dangerous opponent here in the shape of Joel Mcintyre, who got the call 18 days ago from the Lee Park estate in Portsmouth. He's already shocked Chad Sugden to win that English title. He pretty much packed the game in. Mcintyre giving it up after a defeat to Miles Shinkwin, and then decided to come back. He followed the career of Michael McKinson. It sort of inspired him. He was doing a construction job, but decided to give it a go, and that's a great win against Sugden for him, and it's set him up for this. And he said, Barry, I don't know what they're thinking putting him in here with me.
Yeah, it's a tricky opponent. McIntyre's quite a clever fighter, I feel, and I think it's not a guy who's just going to walk on the punches. So Lyndon Arthur's going to have to be very smart here. The jab's going to play a really important part here for Arthur. He needs to establish that early and make McIntyre work off that and make mistakes.
McIntyre says, I think probably correctly, that the Chad Sugden team thought he was a good name to have. He was maybe old, maybe fading, and they underestimated him. Sugden threw a slow jab, and McIntyre threw a right hand over the top of it and got the job done.
Just see McIntyre there, he just leans back and onto the back foot and makes Arthur miss. But he's too far away to fire back, and that's where Arthur's got to double up the jab to close the distance.
Of course, for Arthur, the jab has always been king, and he set up that right hand with it just beautifully.
That was a really crunching right hand there from Arthur. This is where McIntyre's got to try and slip inside the jab. He's got good head movement, good body movement when he wants to, McIntyre. But moving away from the long levers of Arthur means if he takes a step, Arthur, what happens is what we just seen, that right hand finds a home.
He's encouraged out of retirement, Joel Mcintyre, by Darren Wiseman and Dan Birmingham, who are in his corner tonight. Knows he's the outsider, knows he's the B-side, but thinks he can be a live threat if he can land that right hand.
But he hasn't been able to get inside that long left hand yet of Arthur. He closed the distance there, but couldn't get the shots on target. And Arthur's pretty good at tying people up when they're getting close.
That's another lovely, sharp right hand from Arthur, set up again by that jab.
Yeah, good from Arthur there. He wasn't worried about the left hand. That was just an obstacle just to keep you occupied. But he stepped in with the front foot and really turns into that right hand there, Arthur.
A really good opening round from Lyndon Arthur.
Yeah, it's nice and calm, isn't it, from him? Nice and calm, but effective.
Lyndon Arthur corner, that great man of boxing, that wonderfully calming influence. Here's some of the action from that opening round.
You just see the little feint there with the front foot from Arthur when he throws that jab. Only touches with that jab with that right hand. It's all about getting that foot close. Touch with the jab, get the foot close, and a solid right hand there landing on the target from Arthur.
Round 2.
McIntyre had 16 amateurs that was interested in when he turned pro. He was guided by Tony Oki, great fighter from Portsmouth. We were just reminiscing beforehand about the old Tony Oki ring walk, one of the great ones of recent years, the Oki Koki. They were happy days.
But he backed it up, didn't he, when he got in the ring as well? You know, he fought with it, with his heart on his sleeve, Tony Oki. Never left the ring thinking I could have done more.
Absolutely, and they're both from that same Lee Park estate that produced a bare-knuckle champion recently in Mickey Parker. They can certainly fight there. It's an honest place, and they'll be cheering on Joel McIntyre tonight.
That's a lovely jab there from Arthur. That's his trademark, isn't it? That smooth, slick jab of his.
He's always been such a thoughtful fighter, Lyndon Arthur. Can lead him to almost take rounds off at times. Remember how switched on he was, how brilliant he was in that first fight against Anthony Yard.
Well, Arthur's whole style is... Oh, good shot.
Another right hand, and McIntyre's legs are unsteady. And Arthur knows this could be the moment. McIntyre tries to come back firing, tries to cover up, but he's wide open again to that right hand. Booming in again from Arthur. Referee's having a good look. Arthur going down to the body, looking for the finish.
It's a long time to go though, seeing nice and calm here, Arthur.
But he's always been such a thoughtful, measured finisher, Lyndon Arthur, and we're seeing that here. Another big right hand. And again, how much more can McIntyre take? It's a good stoppage, and Lyndon Arthur with a really impressive win. Yes, he might be a level above. Yes, it was an opponent who got the fight at 18 days' notice, but he took care of that really impressively, Barry.
It's not rewriting the narrative, though. This was a banana skin for Lyndon Arthur. It really was, and he was calm in his approach. He really was, because even when he hurt McIntyre with that first right hand, and it was a crunching right hand, let's not forget that. He didn't rush his work. You can just see the expression never changed of Arthur. He just upped the gears by half, not even a full gear, just by half, and threw a few more punches, closed the distance, but still being aware that McIntyre was going to make a mistake to create the space for him to land with a clean shot. That was clinical from Arthur tonight.
Once he had him hurt, he took his time, he took that half step backwards to have a look, and he finished clinically.
I was just about to say, before he landed with that big right hand, Arthur's whole style is about forcing you to make a mistake. He sits there on that back foot with that long right hand, but that right hand was lovely. He landed with it a few times in the first round, but that one really just unsettled the legs there of McIntyre, who tried to do the right thing, McIntyre. He tried to hold on. He tried to get close to the target, but Arthur, well aware of what was going on, just takes a little skip back. After he lands there, he just a little skip back, so he couldn't hold on McIntyre. And McIntyre quite often in that round, when he was already hurt, using the ropes to try and keep him up. And the referee did the perfect thing there. He landed with 3 or 4 shots. His legs were stuck in, almost like stuck in mud there. McIntyre couldn't defend himself. And a good finish there from Lyndon Arthur.
And let's be honest, no shame at all for Joel McIntyre. He came and didn't show his best, but he gave his best, unquestionably. And Lyndon Arthur, just too good. He's been too good on all but one occasion in his career, Lyndon Arthur. And who knows where he might go next.
Yeah, but it's been a rebuilding process, because it's not that he lost to Anthony Yard, it's the way he lost. No, he boxed so well in the first fight, then to get beat so quite easily, let's be honest, in the second, was always a worry for him. But he's got his confidence back now. That was brilliant. And he's obviously got Sonny Edwards there, the IBF flyweight champion of the world, in his corner. A real boxing student, an excellent boxing brain, surrounded by Pat Barrett, who's been there and done it at the European level and boxed for a world title himself. So a wealth of experience around him all the time.
Well, they'll be called into the centre of the ring. Kano Shawanan, we'll hear from Lyndon Arthur in a few moments' time as well and wonder what his plans might be going forward. But first of all, we can head to Tuka and we can make things official.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have time of 1 minute and 46 seconds into the round number 2, when our referee in charge, Ron Kearney, steps in and calls a halt to the contest. Your winner by TKO, Lyndon King Arthur.
King Arthur with an exciting 2023 to look forward to. A clinical display tonight.